Can you farm it? In honor of the Let's Resurrect Extinct Animals efforts and farm literacy, I'd like to go through some extinct animals and talk about what they might be like to farm. Today's contestant, the dodo. The results may surprise you. And if there's another extinct animal you'd like to see a Can You Farm It about, drop it in the comments, subscribe so you don't miss it, and also watch till the end because you're going to like this one. Here's the dodo. It's a big, flightless pigeon that weighs 20 to 40 pounds. Right off the bat, farming the dodo sounds like a slam dunk. They're flightless. According to pop culture, they're also slow, peaceful, and tasty. We already farm doves and pigeons for meat, and some dodos were kept in captivity before they went extinct and seem to be pretty adaptable to a wide range of diets. So, in conclusion, on first glance, it looks like the dodo should be very farmable. But wait, there's more! Did dodos actually taste good? It turns out the reviews were mixed. Some of that may have been down to poor cooking, they got tough and stringy if overcooked, and ship's cooks in the 1600s, we're not talking high cuisine here. Because sailors didn't seem to actually like dodo that much, it seems dodos may not have been hunted into extinction by humans. It was probably the feral hogs that got them. And those hogs might have been what ate the dodos to death, more than people. Another complication, dodos are mostly dark meat. They've got lots of walking muscles, not a lot of flying muscle. That's fine by me. I'm not a big white meat fan, but that puts me in the minority. It is the demand for white breast meat that drives most of the global chicken trade. So dodo, no matter how farmable it is, wouldn't replace chicken on the global market. Another problem? This might be the big one. Dodos only laid 1 egg per year. That's pretty standard for flightless island birds. The whole point of having lots of little babies is you can play the odds that at least some of them won't get eaten by predators. But if you're on an island with no predators, then you don't need to have lots of offspring to play the odds that way. The real problem on islands is food can be scarce. So you want your chicks to be as grown as possible, as early as possible, so they can run around on their own and get food. So lots of flightless island birds wind up having one huge chick at a time. And that makes it tough to get a proper breeding flock going. We like to farm birds that lay a lot of eggs. This is actually why we don't farm geese that much, even though they've been domesticated for thousands of years already. Geese only lay 30 to 50 eggs per year. Meanwhile, chickens and ducks can lay hundreds of eggs per year. So if it's hard to farm geese because they only lay 30 to 50 eggs per year, imagine farming something that only lays 1 egg at a time. The dodo biology just really doesn't lend itself well to being farmed. And that 1 chick at a time strategy is probably a big part of why dodos went extinct so quickly. They just don't reproduce very fast. Last but not least, dodos weren't exactly as helpless as pop culture remembers. Yeah, the first few dodos were really easy to catch because they just didn't have much experience with predators. But dodos did catch on pretty quickly. They could run really fast, and their beak was hooked and sharp so they could crack open thick nuts and crabs. That's a beak for drawn blood. In fact, everything that makes geese tough to farm, slow reproductive rate, they're kind of feisty, looks to be dialed up to 11 for dodos. So once you take a closer look, the real-life dodo was not really the slow, helpless critter of legend. And now you know something about the logistics of farming birds and why chickens and ducks are so popular in the global poultry market. So for next time, here are some critters I think would also be fun. Titanotilopus, the giant extinct camel from the Arctic, stellar sea cow, giant ground sloths, and let me know what you might want to see. P.S. If anybody says aurochs, the good people of the Neolithic were way ahead of you on that one. Domesticated farmed aurochs are a huge foundation of the global food system today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.